All right, Mr. Yang. And again, double thank you to Miss Carlin for translating kasi may impormasyon ako, Mr. Yang, at may nakitang mga uh, photo or video na kausap nyo, kaming mga Pilipino, kahit walang translator. So, naiintindihan nyo kami. You don't need a translator actually. All right. I'll go on to PAOK, please. To Director Gidato. Oh, I'm sorry. Assistant Secretary Tolejano, Deputy Executive Officer. Yes, sir. Sir, nakapagsumpa na kayo in previous hearings, tama po? Yes, I remember. All right. So, Asek Tolejano. Sir, lumabas na po ba yung pangalan ni Shi Jiang sa mga investigasyon nyo sa Pogos?
So far, ma'am, we have already come up with the name of Sun Jiang in our investigation.
All right. Now, yung Yatay Spa, kilala po siyang associated kay Shi Jiang. Meron pong 2016 document na nag-indicate na yung Chonghua ay nag-ooperate sa Yatay Spa at na yung spa ay nag-ooperate ng casinos after officially opening in 2018. Ano naman po yung Nine Dynasty Group na tila business partner ng Yatay Spa? Ito po yung, ipa-flash po namin yung ad nila magkasama.
This is a big company, formerly associated with the other Pogo company that we have raided.
Formerly associated po, hindi na sila associated itong Nine Dynasty Group, hindi na sila associated sa Pogos?
Yes, ma'am. Accordingly, they're still active right now.
Still active with Pogo companies?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright po. So sa inyong pagkaunawa, ano yung nature ng business nitong Nine Dynasty Group?
Basically, ma'am, it's their more on gaming operations.
Gaming operations. At tama po ba na may connection itong Nine Dynasty Group sa Rivendell, yung Pogo sa Pasay na kayo at ang DOJ iyakat ang nag-raid?
Ma'am, maybe we can allow Director Kidato is more.
All right, sir. And Director, you did take the oath earlier, sir, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So Director, so siya rin ay isa sa incorporator ng
Yeah.
Nine Dynasty Group.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So as Pogos are winding down their operations, we've heard of guerrilla scam operations and even former Pogo workers forming their own Pogo companies and scam companies. Pwede po bang magbahagi ang PAOK ng insights kung gaano kalawak yung mga operasyong ito? Ano yung mga plano para siguruhin na yung mga scamming activities talagang mapapatigil?
Dahil po sa pagkaka-issue ng Executive Order number 74, yun po ang magiging IRR kung how we are going to do the operations against these Pogos. Hopefully, by the end of the year, matatapos na po natin yung mga coordinations at malalagyan na po natin yung mga standard operating procedures to stop to completely stop the operations of these offshore gamings.
Ganong kalawak po yung operasyon ng mga guerrilla scam operations at mga scam companies na binubuo ng mga dating Pogo workers?
Ganito po yan, ma'am. If I may, yung malalaki po ng mga Pogo companies that we have raided before or that were existing before, ang nakikita po namin sa kanila ngayon is nagbe-breakdown sila into smaller groups. Some are even branding themselves now as BPOs. So, iba-iba po ang style po nila, but most of them nagiging mga guerrilla groups na into tens, 20s, where before were operating in thousands. So just like what we found in Parañaque when we raided the Parañaque group, nakita po namin doon sa isang subdivision na meron silang inokupa na 45 houses
Wow.
within the subdivision. Ganun po ang nangyayari po ngayon. They are breaking down to smaller groups.
Alright. Smaller groups pero maramihan pa rin. So maaring 10 to 40 workers pero sa 45 na bahay sa iisang subdivision.
Yes po, ganun po ang nakikita po namin. At some, like for example, yung isang recent trade namin, ang branding po nila sa kanilang kumpanya is BPO na po.
Yes.
Po.
Importante po yun kasi yung BPOs, tulad ng remittances ng ating mga OFWs, yung BPOs ang isa sa top revenue generators talaga para sa gobyerno at para sa ekonomiya.
Yes, ma'am. Napakaganda po talaga ng mga BPOs actually.
Yes, of
Kung
course.
straight BPOs,
Mm-mm.
napakaganda po talaga.
Mm.
It's a revenue generating
Yes.
group. But of course, like for example, yung Pogo, dati maganda naman po yan kung talang straight Pogo. Pero dahil nga po sa nahaluan ng napakaraming mga problema na lahat na po sila nagkadamay-damay na po, naging masama na po yung pangalan ng Pogo. Hopefully, wag po itong mangyari sa mga BPOs.
Anong context po lumalabas yung pangalan ni Shi Zhejiang? At ano yung connection niya sa Pogos?
Control at that time over sa mga offshore gamings. So, siya po yung isa sa pinakamalaki before.
Si Shi.
Opo.
Si Shi Zhejiang, isa sa pinakamalaki. When you say isa sa pinakamalaki, bakit? Ilang Pogo licenses ang ina-account for ni Shi?
Ang so far lang po na lumutang sa aming mga investigasyon kasi matagal na po yun, way before yung sa PAGCOR pa po. Ang data lang po na nakita namin dun sa kanyang na-raid na kumpanya sa Pasay na
Mhm.
na-explain nyo na po kanina.
Yun yung Rivendell. Or yung
Yung ano po,
Nine Dynasty Group o yung Yatays pa.
opo.
Alin po doon?
Meron pa po isa.
Alin po?
We will forward to you the name, ma'am,
Thank you.
later on.
So isa sa pinakamalaki yon. Pero lahat-lahat, alam na po ba ninyo sa inyong investigasyon kung saan lumabas yung pangalan ni Shi Zhejiang tungkol sa Pogos? Kung ilan ang Pogos na kanya?
We are still looking at it, ma'am. Kung ilan po.
Alright. Isasubmit nyo naman po sa komite, ano po?
Yes, ma'am.
And ano po namang opinion nyo? Ano naman pong opinion nyo sa sinabi kanina ng CESA resource person na walang Pogos doon at itutuloy lang nila ang ginagawa na nila sa ngayon? So yung offshore gaming licensees operating outside the zone and outside the country, ano pong opinion nyo doon?
Yun po ang report nila, ma'am. So, hindi po namin natitignan po.
Pero circumvention po ba yon ng ban ng Pogos or yung EO or yung memo?
Actually, ma'am, after the issuance of the EO 74, nag-issue po si Executive Secretary Bersanin ng isa pong memorandum to CESA to adhere to the provisions of the EO 74.
So, babalikan po talaga namin yung Office of the ES para klaruhin yung tingin namin ay malabo pa rin sa EO at punuin yung mga gaps na nakikita pa namin sa EO na yon. Huli sa ngayon para sa... sorry. So, ganong kalawak po? Yung nakita ninyo, halimbawa sa Parañaque, yung nakikita ninyo na...
Dahil po sa active ang PAOK dito po sa area ng Luzon area, we found that most of the POGOs are now in several areas of Visayas and even in Mindanao, ma'am.
Okay.
Nandun na po sila ngayon.
So nationwide na talaga.
Opo.
And totoo, dahil bukod sa mga na-raid nyo dito at inimbestiga namin sa Luzon, merong Cebu sa Visayas, merong Cagayan de Oro sa Mindanao, at posibleng iba pa.
Madami po sila.
Marami. Okay. Alright. So huli po para sa PAOK ngayong umaga, Director. Yes. Ano pa po yung mga nakikita nyo mga patterns ng mga POGO enterprises ngayong pasara na yung mga official na POGO?
Inaalam pa po namin, ma'am, ngayon yung mga nangyayari. Nasa transition po tayo. October 15, nagsabi na po yung Bureau of Immigration na dapat ang mga POGO workers ay dapat maging i-downgrade ang kanilang mga visa into tourist visas. So therefore, dapat sila nag-aasikaso na lang ng kanilang mga pamamaalam sa kanilang mga loved ones dito sa Pilipinas, nagbebenta ng kanilang mga condos o nag-aayos sa kanilang mga sasakyan, yung kanilang mga utang. But so far, nakikita namin na yung iba naman lumilipat lang ng ibang mga lugar.
Hmm.
Nakikita namin po na maraming flights papunta sa Visayas area.
Oh.
Na doon po namin na monitor yung ibang mga tao na
Mhm.
dating nagtatrabaho sa POGO.
Mhm.
At nakikita rin po namin na yung iba naman, pinapalitan na yung kanilang mga pangalan sa Securities and Exchange Commission. Nagiging BPO na lang po.
Alright.
So hopefully, magkakaroon po kami ng meeting para po sa implementation ng EO 74. Doon po namin naayusin with other agencies on how we are going to do about the solving of these problems, ma'am.
Alright. Salamat po para dyan, Director. So, interesting, no? Look out or wake up call din ito or maybe just a cautionary note to SEC. Lalo na dun sa mga nagpapanggap na lang na BPO. Nagpapalit lamang ng pangalan and yung nature of enterprise nila. Alright. Salamat, Director Kidato at kay ASEC Tolejano. Tamang-tama. Susunod na tanong ko para kina Attorney Pagirigan sa SEC. Yes, sir. Attorney Jonathan Pagirigan. So aware po ba kayo dun sa mga huling binanggit?
Sure.
And you have what, sir?
Exchange of data,
Alright.
Madam Chair.
Okay. And will you be preventing those POGOs from magically transforming themselves into BPOs?
With the advent of the executive order issued by the President, Madam Chair, we are actually taking steps to assure that those who are actually engaging in POGOs would be informed and to comply with the executive order, Madam Chair.
And aside from informing them to comply with the EO, may proactive actions ba ang commission para mapigilan sila magkunwari na lang na BPO?
Yes, Madam Chair. If we find or discover that these corporations or those engaging in POGO still continue to engage in POGO, definitely the SEC will take the necessary action, Madam Chair.
Pero corrective action na lang ba yon kung mag-convert sila into BPO pero mag-POGO pa rin pagkatapos? Hindi ba kasama sa exchange of data nyo yung data tungkol sa mga kasalukuyang POGO, tapos gaya ng sinabi ni Director Kidato, tatakbo sa SEC para magrehistro ulit pero kunyari BPO na sila?
May I confer quickly with my colleague,
Yes,
Madam
please.
Chair?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes.
For those, Madam Chair, that would be amending.
Papayagan nyo sila.
uh, May I confer again,
Sure.
Madam?
You are the Assistant Director of SEC?
Yes, but
Who
for
do you need
the
to confer with?
enforcement and investor
Ah.
protection, before I'm conferring with our company registration and monitoring department,
Alright.
Madam Chair.
So yun yung tanong ko sa ngayon, hindi nyo ba pipigilan yung mga POGO ayon sa datos ng PAOK na magpapalit ng articles sa SEC bilang BPO?
May I confer again,
Yes,
Madam
please.
Chair? Madam Chair, may we allow my colleague to address the query, Madam Chair?
Did the good colleague take the oath earlier? You did, sir? Please come to the mic. Dito na lang po. Yes, sir. You are.
Good morning, Madam
Good
Chair.
morning.
I am Attorney Hale Oliver M. Labayo of the Company Registration and Monitoring Department, the
Attorney
Securities and
Labayo.
Exchange
Yes, sir.
Commission po. Magandang umaga po.
Magandang umaga. So, baguhin ko ng konti yung tanong ko. Kapag may POGO, pupunta sa SEC para i-amend yung kanilang articles bilang BPO na, anong vigilance ang i-exercise ng SEC para siguruhin na di na lang nila ulit lolokohin yung gobyerno?
Madam Chair, yung mga legitimates naman po na POGOs, yung hindi naman sila na-revoke dahil wala po silang primary purpose or other business purposes po, Madam Chair.
Alright. So yun yung vigilance na i-exercise ng SEC.
Yes po, Madam Chair.
Pero siguro naman kung notorious na POGO na may record ng criminal activity, iba na yun. Ano po?
Iba na po yan, Madam Chair. Yung mga na subject po ng mga legislative hearings na po, Madam Chair, yung iba po doon is revoked na po. So hindi na po sila pwedeng mag-engage sa BPO naman po, Madam Chair.
Alright. Or kung nasa datos ng PAOK
Yes po,
na
Madam Chair.
implicated in criminal activities
Yes po.
under the guise of POGO operations.
Yes po, Madam Chair.
Alright po.
Lahat po nung, hindi ko ma-confirm lahat ng data, Madam Chair, pero almost lahat po na declared na po na nasa PAOK po or na subject for legislative hearings po. Ang iba po doon is revoked na po yung status nila. Meaning, Madam Chair, wala na po silang juridical personality to engage in other businesses po. Kahit POGO pa man yun or other businesses po, hindi na po sila dapat nag-engage ng business po.
Alright. Hindi talaga dapat, and I hope that the SEC will be vigilant about that. No? Kumbaga maging guardrail din kayo laban sa pagtakbo sa inyo ng POGO na revoke na ang lisensya noon pa, guilty of criminal activity, tapos magbabagong anyo na lang bilang BPO. Otherwise, parang gumawa lang kayo ng dagdag problema para sa commission. No? Parang kumuha ng bato at ipukul sa ulo. So, salamat po para dyan, Attorney. I have a couple more questions for the SEC. Will you continue to address them, Attorney Labayo?
If it's within my purview of my
Yes.
functions po,
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair, kaya.
So, sa Yatays pa, yung pinakita ko kanina, may flyers ng currency exchange for gray market businesses. Sa Telegram, ang Nine Dynasty rin ay may currency exchange platform. Hindi po ba bawal yan kung walang lisensya mula sa SEC?
Ma'am, may I give a minutes lang, ma'am, para ma-review po yung corporate details po ni Nine Dynasty Group.
Yes, please do that. Idagdag nyo na po sa pag-research nyo. Kung ang purpose ng kumpanya sa registration ay travel and tour. So actually, hindi nga nila inamin yung pagkaalam ng PAOK sa kanila na gaming operations. Ang registered ng Nine Dynasty Group ay travel and tour. So di po ba illegal na mag-operate din ng currency exchange business yung Nine Dynasty na iyan? Bukod pa sa gaming operations.
Function or the primary purpose is to operate as travel and tour company which provide high standard of service suitable to tourists seeking entertainment, recreation, sports, enjoyment, and relaxation by determining their needs, arranging their travel and accommodation, and many other perks. Tapos ma'am, ang kanyang secondary purpose is to act as managers or managing agency of persons, firms, associations, corporation, partnership, and other entities to provide management and technical advice and assistance on office and logistical requirements for commercial, industrial, manufacturing, and other kinds of enterprises, and to undertake, carry on, assist, or participate in the promotion, organization, management, liquidation, or organizations or corporation, partnership, and other entities except the management of funds, securities, portfolios, or similar assets of the managed entities of the corporation. Yun po, Madam Chair, ang kanyang primary at saka secondary purpose po. So, hindi po listed po yung foreign exchange po.
That's right. Salamat, attorney. Hindi listed yung gaming operations, hindi rin listed yung foreign exchange. And in fact, dito sa secondary purpose, may exception pa, except management of funds and securities. So bukod po sa, kung pag-check namin sa Bangko Sentral, hindi nila endorsed ang Nine Dynasty Group para sa currency exchange, wala rin silang lisensya para doon mula sa SEC. Tama po ba?
Opo, Madam Chair, yung wala po.
Wala. And lastly po para sa SEC ngayong umaga, ayun, well, nasagot nyo na rin po. Kasi travel and tour nga po yung primary purpose nila. So, illegal mag-operate ng currency exchange business itong Nine Dynasty Group.
Yes po, Madam Chair.
Alright, salamat, attorney. Bago ako dumako sa AMLAC, a quick question para sa PAOK at para din sa PAGCOR. Sino pong nandito para sa PAGCOR? Yes, ma'am. Attorney Carrion. Attorney, tama po ba? Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't see the whole. So, yes, ma'am Carrion. A quick question to both. Ilang POGO licenses ang ibinigay kay Michael Yang?
Ma'am, if you could give me a few minutes
Yes.
to just make sure.
Sure po.
Yes po.
Kina Attorney Director Gidato o ASEC Tolejano, alam po ba ng PAOK ilang POGO licenses ang ibinigay kay Michael Yang?
We will ask.
Yes, please. And could you let the committee know within this hearing? Thank you. So, umahaba yung listahan ng, hindi naman, dalawa pa lang. Yung pangalawang tanong ko kanina sa DFA at itong tanong ngayon sa PAOK at PAGCOR. So, dako na muna sa AMLAC. I'm sorry. Yes, AMLAC. Attorney Arpon.
Magandang
Yes,
umaga
sir.
po, Madam Chair.
Magandang umaga po.
We have determined that the transactions are very cash intensive, and we are still determining the source of the same. So, sa any means possible, that is correct, Madam Chair, that is possible.
Alright, salamat po. O nga po, yung very cash intensive, naalala ko, ganun nyo rin dinescribe noon bilang sagot sa mga tanong ni Senator Sherwin, yung milyon-milyon o bilyong-bilyong pisong pumapasok dun sa mga bank accounts nung pamilyang Guo o sa kanilang mga family businesses. I remember that description about very cash intensive. And given the findings naman po on the co-accused of Lin Baoyin and Zhang Ruijin, itong mga incorporators ni Guo Huaping sa Bamban, na mayroong illegal activity sa Pilipinas itong mga co-incorporators o co-accused, pinalalawak din ba ng AMLAC yung web ninyo para tumingin din sa kanilang financial transactions?
Yes, Madam Chair, there are these two persons, Lin Baoying and Zhang Ruijin, were part of the investigations of the Anti-Money Laundering Council.
All right. Salamat, attorney. Follow up lamang po before I let you go for now. Aware po ba ang AMLAC sa anumang unregistered e-wallets na nag-ooperate dito sa Pilipinas?
Your Honor, only those which are registered and supervised by the BSP are reporting institutions to the AMLC, Your Honor. So the AMLC would not be in a position to determine if there are other platforms or means being utilized which are unregistered, Your Honor.
All right, salamat. So another question na the committee will have to post to the Bangko Sentral. Salamat po, attorney. Bago ko balikan yung PAOK at saka PAGCOR, balikan ko muna yung Department of Foreign Affairs. So, Yusek, may sagot na po ba tayo dun sa naiwan nating tanong tungkol dun sa findings ninyo kung meron na sa incorporators, co-incorporators, co-conspirators ni na Zhang Ruijin saka Lin Baoyin. May findings na ba sa dalawang taong itong mga
3 billion Singapore dollars. So we had, I believe also earlier, ma'am, we submitted the report, which contains information from our post in Singapore. So basically, to recap, their Philippine connections included the following. So Mr. Zhang had $37.2 million worth of shares in a Philippine real estate development company, but the company was not named. And Ms. Lin had reportedly owned a property in the Philippines worth 5.7 million. But the update
dollars or pesos, sir?
dollars, ma'am.
Dollars, okay.
Is this-
Yes, sir, and the updates.
Yes. So the update to that is, well, of course, our posts, particularly Singapore and those in Asia, are closely monitoring developments. The latest development is that the two individuals also have Cambodian citizenship. So they were deported to Cambodia in July 2024.
All right.
So, but we continue to monitor, but those are the major developments as of now, Madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Yusek. This 5.7, if I heard it right, $1 million worth of property of Lin Baoyin, where in the Philippines is that? Or is that in another country, Yusek?
In the Philippines.
In the
ma'am.
Philippines. Where in the Philippines is that?
We don't have that information, but we're asking our post to, again, try to find more detail, but as of now, we don't have the exact location now.
Yes, please. And is the embassy also trying to identify the Philippine company in which Zhang Ruijin has interest worth, did I get it correctly? $37.2 million
Yes, ma'am, of shares, yes.
of shares.
Yes.
Is the embassy trying to
Uh,
identify this
We
company?
were trying, but we don't, when we have an update, we will inform you, ma'am.
Yes, please. Thank you. Ang SEC po ba nalalaman kung anong kumpanya ito na may $37.2 million worth of shares si Zhang Ruijin?
Madam Chair, siguro dahil manual na po yung paghahanap ng tao, maybe allowed a ample time to
Yes,
look
please.
at.
Yeah. Sige po, kung maaari po. And the committee will also request the Land Registration Authority for information para pagtulungan na lang ng komite at ng Department USEC yung location nitong lupang pagmamayari naman ni Lin Baoyin worth $5.7 million. Just to follow up, USEC, the DFA submitted information on the co-conspirators.
Reports in Singapore, but reported by our post. Ms. Xu Wenjiang and Wang Baosen were reported to have worked for a remote gambling business based in the Philippines, which
Mhm.
targeted people in China.
Which targeted?
People in China.
Ah.
The POGO modus operandi.
Mhm.
Then Sir Wang Shuiming, who was also convicted, told investigators that his funds came from gambling winnings and real estate investments in the Philippines.
So Bingang and Su Jianfeng are associated with Pogos, according to your findings. And Wang Swimming is associated with gaming and real estate here in the Philippines.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So these are your findings on these three
Yes.
individuals co-accused with
Yes.
Xiang and Lin.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Yusek. So, siguro pwede ko nang balikan yung PAGCOR at saka PAOK kung ilan pong POGO licenses ang ibinigay kay Michael Yang.
Good morning, Madam
Good
Chair.
morning, ma'am.
For Michael Yang, we have never had any registration under the name of Michael Yang for director or owner of any company.
All right. Let me just look again at our records of his Chinese name or other names. Yang Hongming, did PAGCOR give any POGO licenses to Yang Hongming?
A few minutes lang.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Thank you.
you.
Ang PAOK, alam nyo ba kung ilang POGO licenses ang ibinigay kay Michael Yang o kay Yang Hongming?
There were reports that he has several companies, ma'am. But ang problem po doon sa amin during the investigation is that most of these personalities, they have their own fronts. Mga iba po yung nakalagay sa kanilang mga Securities and Exchange Commission documents.
Mhm.
Kaya po hindi mo talaga ma-attribute sa kanila directly.
Mm. So PAOK has no number on the number of POGO licenses given to Yang Hongming or Michael Yang.
Yes, ma'am. There were reports
Yes.
that they own this company.
Kinumpis ka nung mainland Chinese bosses niya sa POGO dito. Naglaps na kasi yung visa niya. Magagalit sila, sasabihin nila sa kanya, meron kaming malakas na backer. And they would say that this strong backer was, their words according to her, the father of Pogo here in the Philippines. And yung pangalang ito, yung name drop nila. Ang SEC kaya, meron kayong any records of then legal Pogos na may pangalang Michael Yang or Yang Hongming?
We'll check po
Yes,
muna,
please.
Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, and Ma'am Carion, does PAGCOR have any information now on Yang Hongming and Pogo licenses?
Ma'am, we're still checking.
All right, thank you. I'll just
Sorry.
return to you later. Salamat po. All right. Okay. Finally, dako na po ako, hindi naman, last 3 agencies pa or 4 or more. Dako na po ako sa Philippine National Police po. I should address first General Bakay. Is that right, sir? Salamat po. So, nung huling hearing po, sinimulan pong talakayin ni General Macapas ang PNP Intelligence Group report sa debriefing na ginawa po kay Guo Huaping noong nahuli siya sa Indonesia. And of course, sir, with a view to ensuring that any ongoing investigation is not compromised, ano pong maaari ninyong ibahagi mula sa PNP-IG debriefing report, sir?
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair.
Good morning, sir.
I just referred the question to General Macapas since he's here.
Yes, sir. Salamat
Thank you very
po.
much.
Thank you, sir. General Macapas, sir. So ano na pong maibabahagi nyo mula dun sa debriefing report ng PNP-IG?
To share anything about my previous work as a matter of policy. The second, ma'am, is that some of those information are concerns national security, so I cannot share it with her. Here, it's here, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, General Macapas. By any chance, nandito po yung current head ng IG? Wala po.
She is not invited, ma'am.
Ah, kung alam ko lang na stop kayo, dapat inimbita ko sila. Alright. Dahil sinight nyo rin yung national security concerns, I wondered, Deputy Director General, would Nika have any information about and analysis on the PNP IG debriefing report or any of its contents? Balikan ko po kayo, General Macapas, please. Yes, sir.
I will have to check, Madam Chair.
All right.
I will get back to you since
Thank
we have
you.
very strong ongoing coordinations with your committee.
All
We will update you as soon as possible.
Thank you very much, Deputy Director General. So, hayaan nyo na lang po ako, General Macapas and or General Bakay, i-field pa yung ibang mga tanong ko. Sabihin nyo na lang kung may makakalusot dun sa stopped at saka national security concerns. May mga matataas po bang former o current government officials na sinangkot si Guo Huaping o ni Guo Huaping sa sindikato ng Pogo?
Negative po, ma'am.
Negative na wala siyang sinangkot or negative na hindi nyo masasagot yung
Ah.
tanong?
So far, ma'am, wala siyang, during the conduct of the debriefing, wala po siyang sinabing government officials na sinangkot.
So hindi pala kayo stop. Pwede po kayong sumagot basta negative yung sagot.
Ano, ma'am, yun lang yung, ano, ma'am, kumbaga hindi naman siya, it does not entails national security as of now.
Alright. Okay. So kung yung pag-identify ng government officials ay hindi covered ng national security concerns, anong national security concerns yung covered nung PNP-IG debriefing report?
Ma'am, I am concerned, it will entails international relations. So I cannot talk it here.
All right. International relations with between Philippines and Indonesia. General Macapas. Ganun ba yun? Or ibang bansa pa po? General Macapas.
Yes, ma'am, it may entails another country, ma'am, aside from Indonesia.
Aside from Indonesia. So China. Hindi po. Hindi China. Posibleng China. Alright. So siguro kay General Bakay, patuloy po ba yung investigasyon ng PNP leadership sa mga kasabwat ni Guo Huaping?
Yes, sir. Yes, Madam Chair. It is the concern also of the PNP hierarchy that if there are any names mentioned to be involved in any legal activities, it is automatic on the part of the PNP to investigate them, Your Honor.
So, bagamat walang sinangkot di umano si Guo Huaping dun sa debriefing ng mga dati o kasalukuyang government officials, kung malaman ng PNP leadership sa investigasyon na may ganong names involved ng mga dati o kasalukuyan, so of concern po ito sa PNP leadership.
Yes, Your Honor. It's
Alright.
part of the internal cleansing program of our chief PNP.
Alright. Internal cleansing, so pati po sa any prior or current officials within the PNP itself, General Bakay.
Yes, Your Honor. It's all encompassing and no one is excused.
Alright. Maraming salamat para doon. At huli siguro para sa umagang ito, para sa PNP. So, doon po sa investigasyon ng PNP leadership, kailan po makakaasa ang publiko ng resulta at aksyon dito?
Your Honor, it's still ongoing. As a matter of fact, the chief PNP has directed our internal affairs service to establish any truth to any allegations of PNP personnel involved in any legal activities, much more of the POGO, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat para dyan, General Bakay. Kasi naalala ko a few hearings ago, yung PNP resource person din, sinabi nga nila na may ongoing kayong internal investigation din. At particular dun sa punto ng sino-sino bang mga Pilipino o Pilipinong opisyal ay tumulong kay Guo Huaping na makatakas. Of interest sa komiteng ito at subject pa in focus nung Senate Subcommittee on Justice. Alright. So maraming salamat, General Bakay at General Macapas. Okay. So sa kay Commissioner Viado, please, sa Bureau on Immigration. So,
morning, Madam Chairperson.
good morning.
Distinguished guests.
Yes, good morning, Conviado. Pwede po bang ipaliwanag nyo sa akin bakit si Shi Jiang ay inisyuhan po ng 9G visa noong 2017 kahit may kaso laban sa kanya at kahit ni-raid at dineportan pa nga ng manggagawa yung kumpanya niya?
Way back, Your Honor, in 2017, the approval of the visa given to Mr. Sejin Jiang was based on the documents. Check of the records revealed that he possesses no derogatory record, Your Honor, on file.
That is amazing. Talagang, would you agree with me? Kulang na kulang or walang due diligence?
Due diligence is required in all
Opo.
cases, Your Honor. You are correct.
Opo. And due diligence would have reflected in his application for a 9G visa no less na may kaso laban sa kanya ang China dating to 2014 for activities dating since 2011, and the due diligence would have reflected in his application for that visa na ni-raid yung kumpanya niya noong 2015. And
Yes.
dagdag pa pong nakakapagtaka, parang totally pong palang nabura yung 2015 deportation order sa mga empleyado ng Chonghua. So those 154, kung tama yung naalala ko, were deported, pero the record of their, 154, the record of their deportation nag-disappear or dinisappear. There was a news report about it, but now it seems like it never existed. And we know this because we just asked about this from your bureau, and thank you so much for the response, no, that there was no deportation order. And we got a letter to that effect. Pareho pang si Arvin Santos ang nakapirma. So ano ba talaga ang nangyari at nangyayari, Commissioner? Your mic, sir.
We will get into the bottom of this, Your Honor. But based on the information that the memorandum that was sent to me dated November 25, 2024, which was furnished to this honorable committee, that you're right, there is no record of the deportation involving the 154 individuals. Your Honor.
Yes, it's so amazing, Commissioner. And Chief Arvin Santos signed the 9G visa and also said in this letter that there is no, in this memo, that there is no record of deportation order. A 9G visa and a deportation order, that both are documents of the Bureau. Mike, sir.
If we may request from the honorable chairperson and the committee that we be provided with more details of the 154 individuals so that we can get into to the bottom of this and provide the honorable committee with the records that it seeks. And we will get in touch with your office, Your Honor, so that we can get the names of these individuals.
There's a memorandum. There's a memorandum. There's a memorandum that there's no record of that deportation of not a few people, 154 people. And after that, after the raid, after the case of 2014, because of activities in the Philippines since 2011, after the deportation, excuse me, after the deportation, the raid and deportation in 2015, then there's a memo from the same bureau that deported those 154, that no such deportation happened. So very, very mysterious. Oh, and the news in 2015 was on the deportation. Sorry. So I just like to correct my statement earlier. The 154 names were not in the news. And we could not furnish them to you also, Commissioner. But the Bureau should have that institutional memory kasi Bureau po yung nag-deport ng 154 persons, bunga ng raid, na bunga din ng kaso laban kay Shi Jiang noong 2014, kaso sa China for illegal activities in the Philippines since 2011. Pero pagkatapos na dineport ng Bureau ang 154 katao noong 2015 na nasa balita, may memo na walang deportation na nangyari. At pagkatapos ng lahat ng iyan, na-issuehan pa ng 9G visa yung tao na involved dyan sa Chonghua na yan. So I will really be waiting for
Yes.
clarification from the Bureau about this
That's the
mistake.
same, Your Honor.